Fellow compatriot Southern Cameroonians and Bazonians, I want to report on great progress made by the Governing Council and His Excellency Seseko regarding the restoration of our sovereignty and the separation of our state from the union we have with La République du Cameroon. But permit me to shed more light on my opinions to reiterate why we must ensure that we enforce the 3-day ghost town being called upon by the consortium and Patasang, and as well to make sure that the school boycott being called by the Governing Council is fully implemented. There is great similarities between the apartheid government of South Africa and the annexist government of La République du Cameroon, because both governments use linguistic distinction in the educational orientation of their population to discriminate and segregate against a large portion of their population from integrating into civil society, civil services, and economic stagnation for those population. And of course, school boycott was an integral part of the fight against apartheid, and it should be accepted in the struggle for restoration for the Southern Cameroon. The South Africans did boycott schools. The South Africans did question their educational system, which was designed to segregate them and make it impossible for a South African to have that equitable consideration when integrating into civil services. In Southern Cameroon, our educational system within this union is designed to keep us down. There is no qualification in the Anglo-Saxon system of education in Southern Cameroon right now that can enable you to enter into a NAM, EMIA, or any civil service by design. So for a Southern Cameroonians who go through the English educational system, you have to study the French curricula in order for you to have a competitiveness to get into any civil service institution. So we must ensure that the school boycott is effective while we wait for an alternative curriculum being designed by the Governing Council. We already have an alternative press which we have to support as a national duty. The South Africans also engage in graffiti. They also engage in South African flag burning. And they also engage in replacing the South African flag with the ANC flag, which is something you are within your right in Cameroon territory and out of Cameroon to do in order to express your grievances and fight for the restoration of your state and send an equivocal message to the international community that we reject the Cameroon Union and we want a Southern Cameroon exit from this union. So in the face of marginalization and identity genocide, where the people of Southern Cameroon will be considered of committing crime if they identify themselves as Southern Cameroonians, if they celebrate their national day, their day of independence, which is 1st of October, we cannot but call for a separation from the union with La République du Cameroon. It is our moral duty to do so and to advocate for this. And we would never yield into fear and judicial persecution to stop our advocacy and our strive to support the Governing Council in the restoration process of our statehood. We want to encourage every Southern Cameroonians that it is your sacred duty to make sure that there is a maximum respect and enforcement of the 3 days ghost town. Come rain, come sun, there should be maximum respect and enforcement of the 3 days ghost towns and the school boycott. Going against such a strategic move will be treason for the statehood of Southern Cameroon. This struggle was not triggered by the desire for secession or separation. This struggle was triggered by a legitimate protest by the common law lawyers and other unionists who formed the consortium. They have the legal mandate from the people, the civil society of the Southern Cameroons on the ground. This mandate has been transferred to the consortium and now to the Governing Council with its heads, His Excellency Seseko. For the purpose of national unity and an effective movement forward for the restoration of Southern Cameroons, we reiterate and call for national unity in purpose, that all Southern Cameroonians and home and abroad should unite behind the Governing Council to make sure that only one captain will sail our ship to Buea. As Nelson Mandela once said, to deny somebody his human right is to deny that person his humanity. Our rights to exercise organization and to advocate for human rights within our territory as people of Southern Cameroon has been denied from us. Our statehood for 50 years now has been stripped off from us. Our students, our lawyers have been beaten and humiliated. Aya Paul, Mancho BBC, our people are in bunkers. In the face of all this repression, we can never go back. Enough is enough. We shall resist and we shall fight on to the end. Our statehood, our human dignity is worth fighting for. It is worth dying for. We call upon all men of God, of all creed, all pastors, priests, to come together and take a stand for justice. For nobody is worthy of speaking of unity without speaking of justice. The life and dignity of Southern Cameroonians, their prosperity and their interests is that of the church. And we call upon all pastors to think twice, to think about their moral obligation and their national duty to their statehood of Southern Cameroon. Thank you.